Hello everyone and welcome to another episode, a brand new episode, the debut of Voyage of Shadows, a 5e homebrewed adventure. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ding that bell so you know if I don't post again. And if you aren't doing so already, check me out on Twitch. I'm currently trying to affiliate, and every view and follow helps me immensely. Without any further ado, let us continue this fantastic journey. So, you all have gathered from various walks of life for a call of aid to assist a journey, a voyage to a new world, the land of Umbra. The journey is said to be dangerous, and the route has been traveled by few, but not by most. You leave the land of Aag from the port's town of Falupa. You have been instructed to seek out Captain Sutton on Gaia's Mercy. Without any further ado, let us begin introductions. I think I'm just gonna go top to bottom here, so.
That's me, correct?
Well, I'm looking at map tools, so it might be different. So, Gillistrand Field Runner.
Yeah. Okay. Um, my name is Gabe in real life. Not that most of you really care. And I am playing Gillistrand Field Runner. You will see a tiny little halfling man dressed in some light clothing with a book strapped to his side as well as a dagger. On his shoulder, there is a noble looking hawk, and he will begin his journey.
Alright, so as you have traveled, you have made your way to Feluca Wolf. Currently, you are at dockside at the ship manufacturing portion. And I'll just drag you to where where the story is, because it's a big map. So there you go.
Okay. uh, as he weaves through the crowd, Gillistrand will look slightly nervous, but he will continue on. He's like, "Come, Striker. Let's hope that wherever we're going, it will bring some sort of adventure." He will walk towards the only boat that he sees on the docks.
Alright, as you continue walking, the port is fairly busy. People are running around, moving equipment, building ships in the dockyard closest to you. Vessels coming and going, birds flying, snatching any food that may be available. And you come across a what appears to be a galleon, a massive ship with a crew working on it, repairing the sails, manning the lines, putting equipment to and fro.
Okay. Before walking up the gangplank, he will yell across to the boat. Is this Captain Sutan's ship?
As you yell across, you actually see an individual slide down from the the top of the mast in front of you, closest to the largest one, the main mast. Slide down on a taut rope. You will see a fine, hardened individual with fine clothes, but worn. A brief overlook of him, he appears to be in his mid-30s or so. And as he slides down and catches himself, he will approach the side. Aye, this be a ship. Who be you?
My name is Gillistrand Fieldrunner. Or not hired, but I saw the posting that you needed assistance, and well, I'm here.
Hey, VoXO, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Aye, I'm looking for a crew. Some hands on deck. Welcome aboard. As you approach and you get a better look at him, this man does appear to be younger than you are used to of captains and what you would probably have expected of one. He appears to be sure of himself and holds a friendly yet stern demeanor.
Thank you, Captain. So what exactly am I looking forward to aboard the ship?
He pops his leg up on one of the cannon next to you and just kind of eyes you up and down. What can you expect? I'm not expecting too much. Probably some area seas, occasional island or two. Pirates, no doubt. But maybe we'll see a sea monster or two. Wouldn't that be something?
So what would my duties be? Just guarding the ship, or would I have certain things to do?
Well, ideally we won't need you for much. Help out when you can. And if trouble arises, we deal with it.
Sounds good, sir. Where would my quarters be?
He'll point behind him to basically a doorway that goes down. Down there, below deck. One floor down.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to get my quarters in order. And he'll start walking.
Well, get yourself situated. I plan to be sailing by the end. He'll check the skies. Within the next 2 hours. Alright. And as Gillistrand scurries down to the lower decks, let's see who is next to join us on our adventure. Alright. Crest.
Hello.
Good.
Uh,
Yes, introduce yourself, introduce your character, and anything else you may want to promote.
well, my name's William, in real life, and I will be playing Crest, an air ganassi. She wears a golden mask across her face, and she is a teacher of sorts for swordsmanship. And her journey has brought her here,
Excellent.
pretty much.
I'm excited. The first Ganassi. Alright. As you have made your journey to Aag, made your way to Philippa, and have arrived at Philippa Wolf, the town. Fairly quaint, really. Mostly made for ship repairs and ship buildings. Lies at your feet. An adventure awaits on Gaia's Mercy.
Right?
Thanks for the host, Peon. Much appreciated.
She will make her way down the dock and to the ship.
Alright, as you make your way down the dock, the massive galleon, Gaia's Mercy, stands before you. Cannons at the ready, ballista primed and loaded. Well, not loaded, but primed. Sails currently lifted. And a middle-aged, handsome man stands on the side of the ship, barking orders at fellow seafarers.
She will make her way aboard.
Seeing a newcomer approach approach the plank, for lack of a better word, because I can't remember the correct word at the moment, and make her way upon the ship, he will take notice. Ahoy there! May I ever be of assistance to you, ma'am?
Greetings. I heard that there was work amongst this ship.
He'll nod. Aye, you heard right. You got jobs for a few, jobs for a lot. You one of the ones who taking on now. You kind of nod his head about protection.
Certainly.
He'll nod his head and... Good. Then make yourself at home. You're free to put your belongings below deck. We shall be setting off within 2 hours.
Wonderful. I'll make myself at home then. I'll head below deck.
Alright. You make your way below deck. Now, our next adventurer, Tovin.
Stomping onto the wooden floor, you will see Tovin. He is a 6'10" warforged at 300 pounds, and he's come here just to explore and find a path. Where is the ship?
Alright, as you make your way down the the boardwalk, you will see a massive, fantastic galleon with the name Gaia's Mercy emblazoned along the side. Armed with various machines of war.
Reaching. Hello?
Sorry, I was doing something. Yes. Alright, as you approach the captain, who is currently giving out more orders and making sure everything is in order, will approach the side of the ship, noticing a figure in what appears to be full plaid armor, more so than most. He'll lean against the side, putting his boot up. Hello? You have business here?
Stomping onto the ship and facing him.
Yes. I'm looking for a ship to Umber.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, it's cool, but it kind of distorts you a little too much.
Yep. Ship to Umber.
I'm gonna try and tone you up to make sure that nothing's really getting lost here. There. That should be better. Ah! So you're one of the ones that was hired for protection, yes?
Indeed.
Oh, you've made it to the right place. He'll motion around to the ship. Welcome to Gaia's Mercy.
Wordlessly, Tovin will just walk to a place where there is solitude.
On the main deck of the ship, there isn't really much solitude. There's multiple crewmen running around, repairing what needs to be repaired, making sure everything is in order to begin voyage. There's multiple men who you can presume to be part of the main crew, as well as people from the various employments on dock who are running across delivering goods.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna go to the lower deck, and I think that will be it.
Yeah, as you make it below deck, still pretty busy down here, but not nearly as busy as above. So if there's something you would like to do, and more private, this would be the place to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna take out a wheel, and I'm just gonna, in my head, just like recite like a communal like prayer to Zigzag.
Guide me.
Alright. As you take out your your small cogwheel and hold it in your metal hand and just give a brief intonal prayer. Most people don't really seem to give you much attention, except for the occasional glance at a extremely armored person on board. But you do get the slightest sensation of something watching you.
There you are. Just watch my back.
Is it like, does he say anything?
You do not hear any confirmation.
Alright. I guess I'll just stew on that, I guess.
Alright. Isaac.
Hello, I'm Jael. I'll be playing Isaac Drought. He's an average-looking man, a scholar, once upon a time a teacher. Long hair pulled back into a bun, scraggly-ish beard. He wears a scholar's uniform, save for 2 additions, a feathery cloak that is around him, and a bird-like mask that hangs off of a belt. As he walks through the crowd of this town, he seems distant and disinterested, though that changes as he finally makes his way to the pier. He dons a mask, though not one that is physical, and his demeanor changes. A smile crosses his face, and he takes on a much more cheerful appearance as he heads down towards the ship.
Okay. So, quick question. What kind of armor
Yeah.
are you wearing?
None.
Okay. Your dex is 20?
Yes.
Okay, that's a +5. That's a 10. Should be a 15, so that's 20 on your class.
I'm a monk.
I think it's because... Oh, you're a monk.
Yeah, and my wisdom is also 20.
Got it. That's why. Cool. Awesome.
I look forward to the deck saves.
Just casual 20 AC at level 1, you know, just...
Who needs armor?
Who needs armor when you're just a badass? Alright, so, as you make your way down the dock, alongside the massive galleon, you'll see, again, the captain just moving around, giving people orders, telling them what to do with what. As people come to him asking questions, some people bring him what looks like pieces of paper that he needs to sign to register for things and whatnot, register for goods, possibly purchases or whatnot.
Alright. Isaac's going to go up the plank, but not step onto the boat yet, and say, "Hail!" to the who he assumes to be the captain.
The Person will look up, turn around and look up at you. Hail!
Permission to board.
Granted.
Ah, fantastic. My name is Isaac, and I've seen that there is use for mercenaries on this ship. He's going to offer the captain his hand.
He will reach out his hand and take yours, give you a firm shake. I personally don't like to use the term mercenary, as some people aren't comfortable with that, but if that's fine with you, then so be it. Mercenary it is. Yes.
Well, my job is punching people, but I'd rather resort to other means.
Of course.
Where should I put down my stuff?
He'll point to basically the door that everyone else that has previously gone down to. But you also see a few figures who run down there, run back up, carrying goods and whatnot. Down there, below deck, you'll see a living
thank you.
quarters.
Alright. I will unpack, and if you need for me, just shout. I will come running.
He'll nod. If you don't hear me, someone will come get you. I expect to be leaving within 2 hours.
And Isaac will go below deck.
Lock yourself.
An anonymous robot voice tells you to watch yourself. You go below deck.
He turns his head a bit, gives the whatever that is a smile, and heads down.
It's kind of hard to tell, but is everyone going above deck? Or is
Yeah,
everyone
I was using the isometric plane to signal that I was down below.
How do you do that?
right click, flip, isometric plane.
Oh, that's neat.
Alright. And last but not least, Gundra.
Hello. My name is Ghosty. And then my character's name is Gundra, as stated. I am a Silver Dragonborn Barbarian. He's about 6'7", and yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say about them.
I think it. Okay. What kind of armor are you wearing?
I do believe I have no armor.
Okay. And I believe yours should be 15 AC.
With
It'll use your con because you're a barbarian.
con is 20, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that's right. It's using your dex.
It also uses dex as well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Also? Does it?
My dex and the con,
and dex.
Oh,
Yeah.
and for unarmored defense.
Alright, then let's just add that. There.
My bad.
17. Much better than 12. Alright. You make your way through Falupa to Falupa Wolf. Well, people carrying on with their business. Most business being the ship that's currently in front of you.
I look upon the ship to see if there's a name or any kind of decoration on it.
They're all the ship does have few decoration, some decorative woodworking carvings and emblazonments alongside, but it is fairly minor in decoration. But it does have the name Gaia's mostly written along the side. Not so much written as so much as wooden letters marking the name.
Oh, okay.
I think this seems to be the ship. Hello there.
As you greet and make yourself known, who appears to be the head individual, notices you and will motion you in with a hand wave. Come aboard!
Do you happen to be Captain Sutton?
He'll nod. I am! He'll approach and reach out his hand.
I reach out my hand.
Foam handshake initiated.
Nice to meet you, sir. I heard you were looking for men for a job.
He'll nod. I need a good few hands to offer protection against the seas when it proves too dangerous for my own men.
Well, I'm up for the challenge.
He'll motion you the rest of the way on the ship. Please.
Has there been anybody else aboard?
He'll look around. I believe the other compatriots have already arrived. They've gone below deck to drop off their things. Some of them have come back up, it seems. Noticing the two individuals on top in front of him.
Quite a crowd. Is there anywhere I can rest for a bit?
He'll point at the door. Below deck, there's a crew quarters.
All right then.
And he'll just be glancing around to see the, strange amount of different kind of people around here. And then he'll just go below deck.
Alright, you go below deck, find a somewhat cozy area to drop off your things. And make your home for the next 2 months. And as you all hunker down, drop off what equipment you wish to, make your areas to your liking. A number of the crew begin to finish up their duties and begin to board as well. Equipment stowed, flags erected, sails dropped, and you all hear a loud rumbling sound as it appears the anchor is being lifted. And you will hear the captain again say, "All right, men. Best be wary. 2-month traveler awaits us." He'll motion to individuals on his sides incrementally down the ship. Bring in the ropes! And men on the dock will actually begin to unravel the ropes that tie the ship to the dock, and we'll throw it to men who are on the port side and the starboard side. And the ship, slowly, with a loud creaking as the sails take wind, begins to set sail. As our voyage has begun. Unless there was anything any of you wanted to do in town. So, anyone want to do anything in town before we actually set sail?
I have a question.
Yes.
So is this like are we like employed by like someone? By like a merchant guild or something?
Ah, yes. You all would have been informed of this when you were contracted out.
Okay.
So, let me actually pull this up here. That's the wrong button. Alright. Let's see. Come on, computer. Walk with me. Come on now. There we go. Alright, yes, so. You have all been hired by Captain Sultan as, for lack of a better term, mercenaries to offer protection against whatever dangers they may find themselves against. Captain Sultan has been hired by a trading company to find a new route to Umbra for trade. The current voyage being from the southeast of Aag, heading around the world and finally arriving to the northwest of Umbra at the port city of Shodan.
Okay, I just needed like context to understand.
Yeah.
Do we have an estimated length of time it will take for us to get there?
The voyage is set to last roughly 2 months.
Okay.
Scratch that, misread my notes, 1 month. Yes, so the trip is approximately going to take 1 month at sea. Let's see here. And upon your arrival on Gaia's Mosi, throughout the day you have received half of your promised payment, which was a total payment of 1,000 gold, so you all received 500 gold at stop. So, now would anyone like to make any purchases at shop?
Yes, I would. Now that I have the money for it, I would like to purchase a pearl worth 100 gold and a short sword.
Alright, so as the crew of the ship were getting ready, you made your way back into town and found a little shop where you were able to purchase a short sword for a fairly average price.
That's what, 2 gold pieces, if I remember correctly?
Let's see.
I don't remember. You said 6. Might be 6.
Short sword is 10.
Okay. Okay. Oh, if I could also purchase 200 gold pieces worth of fine ink and paper, that would be great too.
That's a lot of.
Yes. It's not as much as you think it would be.
No, it's not. That's enough for me to copy 2 second level spells in my book. That's it.
Oh. I never played, so I don't.
It's 50 gold per level per spell. It's a lot.
Paper and ink isn't cheap, but it's more so for wizards that they need material components to actually be able to do their spells. To translate them into
Wizards spend a lot of money on just getting their spells ready.
Alright, so yes, you make your way through Flupa Wolf to various stores, picking up supplies you may need. You pick up from a little, basically a little shop made specifically for spellcasters, basically. You pick up some fine ink, some parchment, and a pearl valued at 100 gold pieces.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I just spent 310 gold pieces out of my 500. Woo.
Yes!
So,
Is there any shops for potions nearby?
Yes, you would be able to find various random shops around, both selling goods for adventurers. There's actually a pretty decent amount of shops for various adventuring goods and gear and stuff like that. As this being a port city, many adventurers come and go from this area.
Alright. Then, what kind of potions will there be at the shop?
You're able to find here. You're able to find up to greater healing potions.
Ooh.
But can you afford it?
How much is it?
A lot.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
That's beyond our budget.
Potion of greater healing. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta look at my other set of notes because D&D doesn't like to actually give you prices. So I need to look at my pricing notes.
Oh, additional question. How much would that paper and ink weigh?
Weigh?
200 gold pieces worth.
Well, well, the thing about those prices is that you're not just buying paper and ink, you're also buying material components.
Mm-hmm.
So it's negligible, honestly. It's not that
Okay, I'll just put it down as like 0.1.
I'll give you a better price later after I figure out this price. You know what I mean. Alright, so a potion of greater healing costs you 100 gold pieces. Well, it varies, but from here, 100 gold pieces.
Hmm.
It actually has a major variability. It varies by 400 gold pieces. So,
Wait, what was that one?
it is 100 gold pieces per greater healing potion.
100 gold pieces for a greater healing?
Oh wait, no, I misspoke. 101 because pricing. Yes.
I would like to purchase one.
Okay, you purchase one greater healing potion.
Are there any regular ones?
Yes, there are many.
Okay.
How many of those would you like to purchase?
How much is it?
I believe they're 50, but let me double check. I think this is actually one of the only magical items that actually has a price in D&D.
Like 25? I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I thought that as well.
No, it's 50. Yep, it's 50.
It's 50.
Ah, dang.
Yeah, don't quote me.
One.
Solid 50.
I'll take 4 of those, please.
Alright, you buy 4 potions of healing and 1 greater healing potion.
May I?
You made a little gnome salesman very happy.
May I purchase a silvered short sword, 2 greater healing potions, and 2 normal potions?
What does silver do?
It bypasses magical defense. Well, kind of. It counts as a magical weapon for bypassing defense.
I was hoping for haste, Sedge.
Oh, potion of haste? Well, you didn't ask.
Oh, is there a potion of haste?
Let me figure this out first. Let's see.
Yeah, no problem.
It should just be 100 more gold than a normal short sword, unless
Believe
you have other
you
things.
are correct. Yep. Okay, so it'll be short sword, 110.
110. Cool.
Can I do the same thing and just like infuse silver in my warhammer? Is that like
I would like to point out that silver weapons only work to bypass that immunity to certain creatures.
Okay.
Not to every creature. So I just want y'all to make sure you're all aware of that.
And you said greater healing potions were only 100.
101.
101. Ooh,
Yes.
damn.
101,
Specifically.
boyo. That
Specifically
tax,
101.
man.
I mean,
And normal potion.
most people charge 500, but
But I'm happy.
And normal ones are 50.
yes.
Alright, cool. My shopping is...
I have short memory. What was the starting gold again?
500.
Okay.
On top of whatever you got from your.
So that's
original
200,
background or
301.
Okay, so parchment doesn't have a weight.
Okay. That makes things easier.
So I have 199 left.
It does have a 1 ounce bottle. So
Salesman, do you have a haste potion?
oh yes, haste potion.
Potions. Okay.
Wait a minute. Is it really not actually a potion of haste? I don't think there actually is a potion of haste.
Ah,
I'm not seeing it, unless it's called something else.
Potion of Speed is what it's called.
Speed.
And it is a very rare item.
Ooh.
That's all I get.
Okay. So, you asked for a potion of speed.
I want to go zoom.
He will, the individual will nod and point to a rather extravagant looking case that is locked with potions inside. And will inform you that those potions cost, wait for it, 5,001 gold pieces.
Okay.
You
You have a
distract.
hard bargain.
You distract him. I'll get behind him. You know, just a little
It's okay.
stealth check.
Just wait until I hit level 5, and then I can cast haste on myself. Haha.
I want haste.
Shocked, but not really. I will pass on the haste.
Alright, would anyone else like to purchase anything?
Is there a list somewhere? Or
There is. But you'd have to find it. Basically, just ask me if you think that there might be something that you could find, and I'll tell you.
Okay. I don't think I need anything else.
Is there soul gems here?
Say that again?
Is there soul gems here?
That. That takes some looking, but eventually, yes. You find a shop that deals in arcane goods and services and appears to have some soul gems for sale.
So I don't know like the pricing. So I'm just like what can I get with like 500 gold?
Well, if you're interested in soul gems specifically, those also well, it depends on the power of the soul gem, so. What would your interest be?
Well, I don't know what I can afford with the 500 gold for a soul gem.
Well, let's see here. Well, a soul gem that would contain a humanoid soul would be about 501 gold. Anything like just a wild animal or something like that would cost you about 101 gold. And you aren't able to find any gems of any more powerful souls contained within. Not here.
I'm going to dump all my gold on the humanoid soul gem.
Alright. You basically just take the sack of gold you just got, throw it on the table, and you purchased a nice, shiny, purple gem.
Useful.
That flickers with the essence of a being inside.
Can I like do some sort of like to know what kind of soul it is? Like,
That would be far beyond your capability or your
Okay.
knowledge.
I think that's all I need.
Oh, actually, one more thing. Is there thieves' tools to be purchased?
They probably wouldn't be called that, but you could find a shop that has various pieces and knickknacks that you could put together that would be combined into a thing that some would or may not refer to as thieves' tools.
Okay. Are there things to craft with to make such an item?
Yes.
Name your price.
Okay, I will find the price and I will tell it.
Good.
Such an odd name to call an item, thieves' tools. Like, I understand, but who would sell that in a town? 25 gold.
Thieves Guild.
Yes, but good luck finding them.
Yeah, no, that still stands.
Just talk to a shopkeeper and be like, you got that stuff?
Got spice? 25 gold.
Done
I
deal.
have
I'll get it. That.
Another thing that just popped up in my brain. Can I buy studded leather armor?
You could. Do you have the money?
I do still. I have 195 gold pieces. And a studded leather, I believe, is 45 based off of the DM's
is.
guide or whatever. Okay. I'm only have 150 gold now. Feels
I
bad.
have 175 left. Wait, 174. Hold
I
on.
have 14.
It's really funny. I spent a lot of gold on stuff I can't even use until I level up.
Oh no.
I bought a gem. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I bought a piece of
Eat it.
questionable magical essence, and I don't know what to do with it.
Who the
It's just a shiny rock.
Who the fuck just walks into a store and says, "Hey, yo, do you have a dead human soul I can purchase?" Like, how fucked up is that?
I mean,
No.
I know I have like a soul gem.
Not
So-
as fucked up as you think.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
probably-
Cultural context.
the old give me your strongest potion.
You
Okay.
can't afford my strongest potion.
What is
That
the
is
strongest
true. I
potion?
am broke.
The strongest potion? Good question. Huh, that's Will.
Probably a
look at your
poison.
Token.
Who made me take a long rest?
I did, because you have 0 death saves.
Ah,
Who changed that to 3? Someone was messing around.
I did it. Oh, was it when I was checking it? Oh, that's probably why.
Well, a long rest should have fixed that. There. Someone else had that same problem. I'm going to change that too.
Nice.
You little halfling. I give you life.
Resurrection. For free. For now.
It's probably from when I was testing macros.
Yeah, same here. We saved when we were dead.
I'm all listening for you.
Now back to the high price of the strongest potion.
Oh, one is next to the cannon. It's real well hidden.
One is what?
Ah, there you are. You're still isometric. That's why I couldn't see you.
Oh, I just saw it. Do you have the soul gem out, by the way? Or are you just holding it out? You put it away.
It's in my hand, in my shielded hand behind, like, so I'm holding it with my shield hand. So unless you're like facing sideways, you probably can see it.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I'm ignorant, so I don't see it.
I am ignorant. Alright. Was there anything else any of you would like to purchase? Before the departure that I've already said the party will actually depart?
I tipped the shopkeep 1 gold piece.
How much is a journal?
Jonah?
Yeah.
Let's look and see. I don't think Jonah was actually a thing in here. But let's look and see. It is not.
Oh, can I just have one?
Just write on some paper, bro.
But a book is 25 gold.
I will buy a blank book
Let's see.
An ink and quill.
and that. Oh. I was gonna write in blood.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
No need for that then.
My token is a Bloodborne character. What do you expect?
The free one.
I will say, because you want a blank book, it will be 10 gold as opposed to 25, which would be a
And,
fill out book.
And an ink and quill.
Oh, well. Ink is 10 gold. You're being indoctrinated into the life of a wizard.
Yep. Well, he wants to write in a book, so who am I to say no?
And a ink quill is 2 copper.
Fantastic. Do you use Electrum?
I do not.
Alright, cool. Thank God.
I do not use Electrum. I also don't use Platinum. Gold
What
is
is
top. Don't
Bronze,
remember if it's
silver,
the worst of the worst or the best of the best. But it doesn't matter because I don't use it.
Oh, I'm done shopping.
I am content.
So, everyone has gone into town, purchased what they would like to purchase before they set sail to not possibly, maybe, perhaps not touch land again for the next month.
Neat.
The anchor arises, the ropes tying the ship to the port are released, and the ship makes way to lands unknown, to seas barely traveled.
My dumbass has a writing kit already.
We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about the riding kit.
I have a spare book now.
One for the ink and quill and one for your blood.
Makes sense. Alright,
Uh,
I will copy paste to the next map. That's not what I wanted to do. Things I gotta move around here. Let's see. Oh. Oh. You feel in the ocean? It's just...
Is it assumed we know how to swim?
So, this is how swimming works. If you don't have a swim speed, basically you move at half movement. So whatever your movement speed is, half is your swim speed. If you don't have a swim speed, it is considered difficult terrain.
Pray for not drowning.
And under certain
Immediately.
circumstances, like a storm or a heavy wave, I may or may not ask for an athletics check for you to, swim.
I punch a shark.
The shark is sad.
Right, the shark.
Alright, should be loading a new map now. Also, I have ambience for these sections, and
Oh, yeah.
might be in general, so is that what you would like to peruse?
The sailing ship was really nice. Is really nice.
Alright. You have begun sailing your journey.
I'm in.
I'm in. The quote-unquote landscape is barren. Nothing but miles upon miles of ocean. No land in sight. Men scurry about the ship, rigging sails, adjusting equipment, tying down whatever needs to be tied down for when any sort of storm or rough wave approaches. So to give yourselves a little bit more insight, there is roughly let's see now. There is roughly about 30 other individuals on the ship with you, besides yourselves and the captain. They don't have tokens because that would just lag us out completely. And they are the ship's main crew doing basically mundane deeds of the ship. You began your journey roughly roughly 4 days ago. The sea relatively calm, and the captain ever dutiful.
So, I zoomed out a little too much, and I seem to have lost the boat.
Zoom in with the arrow is. Whoa! Oh,
oh.
that too.
Okay, that fixed it. Thank you. I'm not gonna make that mistake twice.
Editor's note. He did.
Not yet.
Gundra's just gonna be on the side and just enjoying the sea breeze.
Gillistrand's testing out his familiar's flexibility on the ocean air, and is currently on the front of the ship, his eyes closed, his hands on the railing. But his hawk is circling the boat.
Isaac is where he's been this whole time since sailing, below the, grating, so anyone can yell at him, but he's been dutifully writing in some kind of book.
Let me give you a review of what the Untitled ship looks like.
Oh,
Alright.
Oh yeah.
This is what the interior of your ship, well, not your ship, but the ship you're currently on looks like. There is the captain's quarters, which is basically under the wheel where he usually is located. There is a mess hall, living quarters, storage, toilets. As well as a basically a gill room.
Neat.
Alright. Well, Isaac, as you have taken a seat in what is basically the mess hall, you will see a large you'll see a large fellow currently cooking ingredients. With a portly belly, a tall, almost mushroom-like hat, carrying various pots and cooking equipment on his person as he goes about his daily routine.
How do I make the portrait in the bottom left bigger?
I believe to do that you need to go to
It would be
campaign properties or preferences.
it's preferences, yeah.
Preferences.
Preferences, and then you go to stat sheet portrait size, and you change that to 300, 400, 500, somewhere in that range to make it big.
Oh, wait, no. Ah, here we go. Thank you. I love his hat.
It's a mighty hat.
Tonk, 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 tonk. I shall approach the man. Good afternoon, sir.
Alright, as you approach the individual, he is currently in the process of cooking up what appears to be some sort of fish stew.
Fist?
Fish,
Fish. Okay, that makes more sense.
yes. Chopping up various pieces of fish, throwing the heads into the stock and boiling it up. And as you approach, he will not really looking up at you and not taking his eye off the equipment, point a hand up to you with his finger up.
That's it. Beers isn't for another old $600.
Oh, I was actually looking for refreshments. What's this world's equivalent of coffee?
Coffee. Oh, I see you're one of those fancy. You need coffee to stay away from the morning, do you?
He'll move alongside you.
No, I just like suffering while drinking hot water.
Oh yes. And he'll pull out just a sack, basically what looks like a brown burlap sack. He'll basically just push you out of the way. And we'll begin to dump some of it into a pot of warm water.
There's your coffee.
Wonderful. Can I reach the pot?
It's,
Or like
it's
this one?
yeah, it's like the one right next to you.
Alright, cool. Isaac will pour himself a cup of dirty water and go back to his seat. Thank you, sir.
Tovin, as you make your way around this area, you hear what sounds like soft, dull singing tones coming from the room just above you.
Alright, Owen's gonna walk up and he's just gonna barge in to investigate the hell this noise is.
Barge in. You have made your way into what appears to be the medical room. And there is an individual sitting at the other end. Pretty finely dressed as one could be at sea. Messing around with some vials, writing in a notebook as he silently hums a tune. And as you barge in, he'll turn around and, "Oh, hello! Can I be of assistance to you? Broken bones, lacerations."
No. I thought you were a siren.
Why, some people decide to call me that, but no. I am Dr. Amado Batier at your service.
What do you do here?
I am a physician. As well as a modest alchemist.
Do you have knowledge to be arcane?
He'll kind of tilt his head side to side. I picked up a few things here and now.
Tovin's gonna drop the soul gem in front of him, and he's gonna ask,
What soul is this?
You take the the purple crystal and just drop it on what is essentially a medical bed in front of you. Amaldo will reach down, pick it up, and will lift it up to a small candle light, basically. Oh, you have a soul gem here.
Yes.
He'll basically look to you, look at it. Where did you come across this?
Does it matter?
Well, they are fairly rare, fairly pricey. Is this what you spent your money on?
No.
He'll cock his head to the side and basically lay it down on the table next to him. I could not tell you what kind of soul resides within, but I'm not that proficient in the arcade. No.
alright, he's gonna grab the soul gem and walk out.
The man just shrugs, turns back around, and begins to hum his soft tones again. As you come this way, you actually hear a very loud, what sounds like almost a humming sound.
Where?
Just in front of you, to that door below you.
Okay. Just gonna walk in.
Ah, unfortunately you can't because this door is locked.
Oh. Can I like peek through? Like, is there like a keyhole?
There actually isn't. And as you look around, there doesn't appear to be many crevices along this door, except for a very thin crevice along the bottom that radiates soft light. And you can see a
Is it
shadow
like a-
every so often move across it.
I'm gonna ignore that and go back up to the deck. Where's the captain?
He is currently up top of the deck, steering the ship. As you approach, he waves at you. Hail!
Greetings. I couldn't help but notice a nondescript solid door with no openings, and a shadow moving within. Do we have a doorway?
He'll think for a moment. I don't believe we do. However, if you see anyone that you don't recognize, I would appreciate it if you told me. But if you're talking about the door, I believe you are. You don't need to worry about that.
What?
Did you say why?
Yes.
Oh, that's just Cancer and his machinations going on. You don't need to worry about him.
Machinations?
He keeps the ship a-running. He does his part, we all do ours. For us, we left alone. That's why he keeps that door locked.
Okay. I'm just gonna, with a nod, just look back on the ocean.
It's a massive ocean. As oceany as any ocean has ever oceaned.
Or actually, hold up. Can I tell him if it's like if he's like lying or something?
Ah, that's an insight check.
How do I do that?
Well,
Oh wait.
click on your little token there, and on the skill check, click that, and there's a little button that says insight. Then you click that one. Then you click OK. He, as you look over the captain and listen to his words and watch his demeanor, he appears to... He doesn't have any inclination of one that would lie.
Alright. I think I'm gonna go back to these stairs and just wander.
What's everyone else doing?
Gillistrand is laying in his cot, eyes closed. He seems to be napping, but his hawk is still doing circles around the boat.
Oops, sorry.
No, I'm just fucking around. Yes.
I would like to join Crest at her table, if I may.
Chris, the strange
Yes,
man
strange
approaches
man.
from
Is the seat taken?
Seat is yours.
Ah, fantastic. You know, Gaia's Mercy is a strange name for a boat, don't you think?
I suppose it is.
Like, is the boat Gaia's Mercy, or is it asking for it?
Perhaps asking for the mercy of the sea.
Be that God.
Fair concept. Oh yeah, I should be using this, shouldn't I?
It's completely up to you, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, my name's Isaac.
Well, greetings. I go by Crest.
Go by. Not your given name.
As I walk by, I shoulder check your chair and move on.
Does that being ever stop moving?
He is an odd one.
I don't think I've seen him stand still since being on the boat. Look over at the Dragonborn who just spoke. Oh, here to join us?
Sure.
Isaac, if you didn't overhear us talking.
Name's Gundra. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So, how did you all hear about the job?
Oh, well, how to put it? I was investigating Umbra as a location, and that led me to this boat.
I just needed a quick buck. A quick, and an interest in new lands that I haven't been before.
What about you, Crust? Oh, sorry.
You repeat that?
Are you muted?
No.
What about you, Crust?
I heard it from a student of mine. Decided to check it out.
student. So you're a teacher then.
Yes.
Coincidences. I used to be one as well.
Of what field?
I was the village's teacher, so whatever topics I could teach the children. A lot of history, really, but a general knowledge of most, I'd say.
Hello? Yeah.
Well,
Okay, nobody was saying anything, so I wasn't sure whether I could keep moving.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting
go
for them to, like, finish or something.
I got nothing else to add.
Gillistrand will walk out of the bedroom with a slight smirk on his face, and then sit down.
Small one.
Yes.
Yeah. Follow me.
What for?
I need assistance.
I guess we are going to be on this ship for a while. Okay.
So if they don't come back up in 15 minutes, we're gonna go check on them, right?
Indeed. That man was really short.
Yeah,
So,
I'm only like
Tobin is gonna.
3'2".
Is there a way I can tell that like he's like a wizard or something?
Not particularly. He's pretty ambiguous. He has weapons on him that make him seem not like a wizard, but he has like the spell book and the components that make him seem like a wizard. So you can't really tell.
He has a spell book.
Yeah, he does have a spell book.
All right, that's enough.
He has a book. Good enough for me.
All right, so Tobin's gonna chuck this soul gem like straight at your head, and he's gonna ask,
What is the soul within?
He will catch it, and he will say, "Oh, a soul gem. I've read about these in books, but I've never seen one, at least as far as I can remember. I can see. Am I allowed to make a check on this or no?"
To to find out what kind of soul is in it.
Yes.
It would be too far beyond your comprehension to make a check on it to
Okay.
find out.
He'll say, "Look, I'm not an expert in this field, if anything. So, as much as I find it interesting, I would love to experiment with it. It is yours, so I will not do so. I can't tell you what it is without messing with it, and I'm not going to do that."
right, in a sort of like aggressive manner, he's gonna step up and just like grab the soul gem from your hand, and like in a rage or like in frustration, he's just gonna, with the gem in hand, he's gonna smash this door.
You want to smash it?
Yes.
With the soul
do
gem.
we hear
Well,
that from above?
it's gonna be like covered in my hand to not damage the gem.
but key.
Oh no,
but
you got a
key.
metal hand and you're slamming it against a door, even in your hand.
Alright, then, I guess I won't do that. But I'll probably just I'll probably still smash my fist against the wall with my other hand.
Strength check.
I am half his height.
How tall are halflings?
As well as, do we hear that from up here?
We'll determine that based on the strength check that's about to happen.
Okay.
I believe.
No, it's like a soft little tap. He just taps the wall. You think about like putting a hole through the wall, but then you're like, I'm gonna be on here for like a month. I don't really want to piss off the captain, and just kind of you pull back at the last second.
I believe my character is. I think he's 3'2", so
Oh,
I am tiny. He will sort of look at the display of aggression and say, well, if I can't help you, then I guess I'll get back to what I was doing. And he'll go back upstairs.
he doesn't even like register your presence.
What is wrong with that guy?
Oh, good, you lived.
Yeah, he asked me to check out a soul gem, of all things.
What happened?
I told him I didn't know, and then he punched a wall. Kind of weakly.
Pathetic.
Oh.
Well, do you know what else we can do on this ship? I'm already starting to get bored.
Have a drink. If you're of age.
I am. Oh, well, actually, I don't know if I am. I assume I am. I don't think I've ever drank before, or at least I don't remember it, so I'm a little hesitant.
I look at him very confused because I have no idea what he is.
There's also some dirty water on the stove if you care to drink that.
Yeah, no thank you.
It'll help you stay awake, I promise.
Why would you drink dirty water?
For what I just listed.
Ale can also do the job.
Won't that eventually put you to sleep?
Oh,
Fair.
by the way, if you ever see me close my eyes and sort of rest my hands on something, I'm probably looking through the eyes of my familiar, so don't be super surprised.
Where is your familiar?
If I remember and he's following my commands, I believe he's currently sitting on the captain's hat.
Is there like a splinter or a fracture in the wall in front of me?
No.
No?
No.
Not even like a tiny bit?
No, the ship is. As you've already been on here for a few days, and have gotten pretty.
I mean, there are
don't wanna say-
windows.
I don't want to say intimate, but intimate of the surroundings of the ship. Familial. That's the correct term. Familial. Not intimate. That's creepy. Familial. With the surroundings of the ship. The ship in general is pretty well maintained. There isn't really any damages of note. There's a few here and there, like a minor scratch or two, but most of it is well maintained. There aren't any splinters or wood jutting out of anywhere. Stuff like that has been taken care of.
No, I mean like, the moment like I look back at the splinter after I punched it, is there like a?
Oh, that? No,
It-
you didn't. You didn't do anything on that wall.
Okay.
No.
So the curiosity is killing me. So I'm just gonna knock on this door.
What's in this room?
You guys ever feel like someone somewhere is making a bad decision?
All the time, yes.
That's usually me,
Alright,
but that's just because I don't know a lot.
as you knock on the door,
Who let a child on?
who let this child on the ship? As you knock on the door, you do. Oh, let me see if you do. Okay. You do get a response. Hurry! Come back when it's dinner time.
Sorry, I didn't quite understand what he said.
Boy! It's not dinner time yet. Is that better?
Okay. He's just gonna go back up, I guess.
Alright, you make your way back up.
Ah, there he is. The man who threw a weak punch.
I'm gonna... So like a vibe check, I'm just gonna like... knock him on the head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, roll for
Oh,
vibe.
range check.
Roll for
range
vibe
check.
check.
What do I do?
Nothing. Alright, Gundra, this weird metal man just bops you on the head.
I slowly turn to look at him, and then I stand on my full height. I think he should be taller than me, but I'm still not afraid of him. I believe I'm 6 foot. Yeah, 6'7". How tall are you again?
I'm like 3 inches taller, I think, or something.
Damn. All right. I'll just look at you where I believe your eyes are, because I literally don't know where you are either.
Can I help you?
What? You are new. What are you?
I would like to ask the same thing.
I am faithful.
Sorry, what was that?
I am faithful.
Faithful?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I see. But are you sturdy?
And then I also dink him on the head, because, you know, he did that to me, and I just want payback. I literally leap to do that.
Gillistrand has walked behind Tolan and is examining the mechanisms up and down, attempting to figure out if he's human or not.
DM, as a scholar, do I know what a warforged is?
You will see the soul gem in my embedded in my stomach.
Make me an intelligence check.
How do I just roll?
It's under ability check, and then intelligence.
Skill
Ah.
checks. Alright, well, throughout your journeys you have hold of the creation and manufacturing of many different non-life forms, for lack of a better word, constructs. And you have heard of one of these creations that has, for the most part, retained its free will and as such become a portion of society.
It is a construct. Or what do you call yourself?
Open.
Tovin. Tovin is a construct. Though by the looks of it, they retain some amount of a soul. He's motioning towards the stomach gem.
Most interesting.
I can verify. He's most rather sturdy.
I would love to take him apart and figure out how he works.
It is not a good idea.
If he's a construct, it shouldn't hurt much.
This kid's kind of creeping me out.
Are you a superior?
Did you say a superior? Is that what you said?
Superior.
I don't think so.
Then we both are equal. I will afford you the same respect, so long as you do not encroach mine.
Oh, I wouldn't have taken you apart without your permission, of course.
He's just gonna sit down.
Ah, so you can sit down and stay still.
Don't antagonize him. Not yet, at least.
My syllables must be maintained.
How can I not? The first interaction you did with me was dink me on the head.
You called me weak.
I'm just repeating what I've heard.
And who told you that?
I'm not no snitch.
Okay, Gilistron will say, well, I'm bored. I'm gonna do some reconnaissance. And he will close his eyes and put his hands on the table, and his familiar will take off and go up into the sky, and he will attempt to see if there's anything on the horizon, anything interesting going on.
Alright. As you close your eyes and brace yourself against the table, your eyes open back up to the form of a falcon flying across the sky. Every so often looking back at the captain, who throws a finger up at the bird. As you gaze across the mass of the ocean, for the most part, all you see are blue skies, a few clouds here and there. But as you come around full circle, looking back out to the north, you see what appears to be a massive thunderstorm approaching. Lightning crashing down from the skies into waves below, and the ship is headed in that direction.
Striker will cry and will dive down towards the deck. Gillistrand will suddenly open his eyes and say, "Looks like we're heading into a storm. I'm gonna go inform the captain if he doesn't already know." And he'll start walking up the stairs.
I'm a little jealous. Just
About
to say
what?
no, I'm a little jealous.
Oh, this town?
Production value.
Yes, production value. I'm a little jealous. Alright, as you make your way up above, you actually do see the man currently tying down the cannons and the ballista, making sure that the sails are braced. It appears that everyone above deck is preparing for the approaching storm.
Captain. I believe I was just double checking if you knew the storm was on the horizon.
He'll nod. I am aware. Normally I'd go around it, but unfortunately, that's our destination through those clouds.
Anything we should prepare for?
Aye. Tie down everything. Brace yourselves. Hasn't been my first thunderstorm, but it's never a pleasant experience.
Of course. Well, I guess I should cut my things so that they do not get wet. As he walks past, he'll say, "You guys should tie down your things. It looks like the water will get rocky soon."
Tovin, do we need to tie you down?
Question. I'm like 300 pounds. Am I like... How heavy is that like against like wind current?
Against what?
Against like the elements.
I don't follow.
He's asking if he could be blown down or blown away by the winds of the storm.
Depends. Depends on the strength of the storm. A brief summer breeze? Probably not. But a hurricane? Maybe. In fact, maybe plan on it if it's a hurricane.
He's gonna rock you.
He's gonna say,
Unlikely.
Alright, well, I'm going to make sure my books are not going to end up in the ocean.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if he needs any help with preparations for it. Anything we can do to prep for the storm, Captain?
I'm gonna look over at you. Look around on deck. And at the few other men that are currently working on tying everything down. If you wish, tie down what you can. Close the
Understood.
ports. Make sure any places where water could leak in are closed up. Then brace
Understood.
yourselves. You.
I'll get right on that.
Someone have a question?
And-
Can I tie myself down onto this grate?
That great?
Yes.
Doesn't?
Yes.
Well, short answer, yes. With enough rope, yes. You could tie yourself down to that grate.
I have Do I have rope?
What pack did you start with?
Yeah.
Adventuring pack, whatever. Engineering.
I have a priest's pack.
Then you wouldn't have any rope. Priest pack. You don't.
F.
What are you looking for?
Rope.
Hold on. Hold on, I gotta do something. Oh, don't hold on. Continue. Well, this is just funny. Mr.
Need for what?
Negative 11 spell slots.
I must.
Excuse me?
I must be stationary here.
All right then.
And I pull out my the rope that I have in my pack. How much length of rope will I need to tie him down to the grate?
Depends on how secure you want it to be.
So I want to be standing when I'm tied down to this grate.
Oh god.
Okay.
Is 50-foot rope good for that? Enough
Yeah. Yeah.
securely.
Yeah, you could like wrap it around his waist, go into the grate, wrap it around, go into another grate, wrap it around, go into it again, you know.
The thing where you tie him on like either
Okay.
side. He has like
Tie him
downs.
down.
You lied. We are tying you down.
Make a make a survival check to see how securely you tie him down. How good are your
Hello.
knots?
Allow me.
Also,
Can I like, help tie
yes,
myself?
yes,
up?
you can give him. You can aid him. Also, how many spell slots do you have?
How do I
He's
know?
level 1. He's level 1, so you should have 2.
Two. It will tell you on your it'll tell you on your class.
How do I fix it? Because he said it had like negative 11.
I fixed that. That's because you were doing spells.
You said survival?
Yes.
Okay.
I fixed it. It's
Ooh.
Oh.
that's spell points. That's well, it has 2 and 2 now.
Oh shit. Hey.
That's what you do that at. Oh,
Crit.
oh
I
okay.
tie him down securely.
All right then. You are a master knot tie. You have tied so many knots during your travels as an adventurer. You doubt that any amount of wind will take this machine away.
So my on my
Maybe.
arm
Hopefully.
on my arm. My, sweet.
You cut out. What did you say?
So like, can it be like tied from my shoulders, like down to the grate, so like that my arms can like move freely?
Oh yeah, that's what I was imagining. I was imagining it was tying you around your waist to the grate.
There you go.
Unless
I
you
left your
didn't do that,
arms
in
free.
which case that would be hilarious.
No, I wouldn't let his arms be free.
So he's gonna clasp you on the shoulder, and he's gonna say, "Thank you, Grace."
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Grace.
Anytime. Just make sure you don't move around too much.
How close is the storm?
It is currently it's a couple of miles out. You'll reach it in maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
And now I'm here, left without rope.
Hope you don't need it.
I hope not. Better not lose that fucking rope.
Alright, so would the party like to do anything else?
I don't have anything to do. I'm good.
What about you, Crest? Anything else?
Nothing for now.
Alright. You all have made your preparations, have tied down what you can, aiding the fellow sailors, and then we'll begin making your way into the storm. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a quick break,
Okay.
and when we come back we will continue.
That's good. Not bad.
Welcome back.
I've literally not left.
Wait, how do you do the AFK thing?
It's a state you can use, yeah.
There we go.
I don't have it because I don't plan on leaving, but
JL, how do you do this thing? Also, JL immediately sees a button for it.
also you guys don't worry about it. You're all good.
I'm really sad the first bonk noise doesn't go through the mic, only the second one.
It's all good. My character is kind of weird because he doesn't really have anything he's trying to do other than figure out what he's trying to do.
All that wonder are not lost.
I'm really trying to figure out this soldier.
All that lost are do not wonder. What's the quote? Nah, ignore me.
Man, almost killing us with the soul gem.
Ow.
Or almost ruining things with this whole gym, I mean.
I'm really surprised you haven't just kicked it open that door yet.
I think he doesn't want to piss off the captain.
I'm pretty sure he was planning on to, but it's a shame for that role.
The fuck you gonna do? Throw Warforged overboard? He's just gonna walk home. Like,
They don't have to breathe, that is true.
yeah.
Wait, do
Breathe,
they have to breathe? I don't remember if they have to breathe. Let me check.
No, they don't.
No. Will the pressure actually kill him though?
Which
It
brings
could.
up the question.
Probably, I mean, it's like submarines. They eventually like break.
Yeah.
This brings up the question: why aren't underwater D&D vampires more common? Because they don't have to breathe either. Like, just make a castle in the ocean. Who's gonna fuck with you? Come out at night, suck some blood, go back down there. What are you gonna do? Invade my underwater castle?
Those exist.
It can. I just noticed there's emojis on this chat.
Emojis.
Yeah, nobody really uses those though.
Yeah, Shepard was not lying when he said earlier that there are miles of ocean around us, because I learned the hard
yeah.
way, there literally is.
I zoomed out, but I luckily enough, someone was pointing, and I was able to go back.
It just tessellates infinitely.
If there's a wind that's gonna blow away from me, I'm standing next to this guy, and I'm just gonna hold on to this rope.
Why not hold on to him?
There's a reason why I'm below decks.
I'll hold on to the rope.
Fuck being above deck when it's thunderstorming. I'll stay below decks and just watch the storm. Cause I don't know if you guys noticed this, but these are like windows right here.
What?
Oh, hey, yeah, there's harpoons going over it, so I
Yeah.
guess so.
This is a harpoon with walls surrounding it, and then there's little things over here so that you can aim the harpoon.
Ah.
I'm 95% sure this is an engine room. Cause those look like fucking rocket boosters.
I believe he did mention that he's running the ship.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? I just noticed those.
Yeah.
Wait, is this
We
a
gotta
goddamn
go
airship in the water?
maximum overdrive.
I hope someone stored the captain's spyglass. Otherwise, that shit's leaving. Wait, did you just...
I thought that was him too, but I don't think it was.
Did you debate us?
No. I think it's well notification.
It's okay. I can always delete you guys. Here we go. There you go.
God damn. Am I like understandable?
Yeah.
It's good for like simple words, but the longer words can sometimes get a little confusing.
Yeah. As well as for my voice thing, whenever I want to try to say something, I usually try to speak louder, so it doesn't cut out the voice and like the effect like blocks it out.
Yeah. What does this button do? I have a sound bit that I didn't name. It's just a number.
I feel like that's dangerous to push on stream.
And I was going to say that too.
I'll mute real quick. Here, I'll check.
What's the question?
Yeah, reminder we're on stream, I think.
What's the question?
Oh no, he's just trying to figure out what his sound bite is. He doesn't know what it is.
Oh.
He just named it a number.
Do it. Alright, so.
Okay, yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
Alright. Fucking allergies, man, as well.
I'm just gonna finish my barbecue twisted chips.
Yeah, the cute twisted chips. Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'm just drinking my Trulies.
Trulies?
They're
It's, hard seltzer.
Yeah.
I drank one yesterday. It was a lemonade. It's really it's something.
It's bad because you can't tell if you're getting drunk or not.
It's really sour.
The lemonade ones are, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to mix it in with the 7-Up. That was pretty darn good.
Alright, is everybody back?
so.
I think so.
Yes.
Is Will back? Guess not.
Will?
Well.
Will.
Well, sir.
Striker flies up to the captain and starts dancing on the deck.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding.
And instant DMC.
It was only 2 seconds, I
Yeah, it should be fine.
I know that's a sound alert for some people, and I don't know how they get away with it.
Yeah.
have a lot of viewers, I guess.
I also have the deja vu as a sound bit. But the only time we need it is
I
if
have
the
the Gangster's Paradise choir thing.
oh no.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You just get hit and play the first second of that sound clip.
That'll be
What is this one?
that'll be your channel divinity.
Oh, I have this one. I need to turn it down to like 10%.
I just have one in case someone misses.
Miss.
Yeah.
About Nintendo.
Someday I'll get a soundboard. Someday I'll be a cool kid.
I just got a digital one. That way all I have to do is click buttons. So.
The digital ones are pretty cheap, actually. I think the voice mod one is like $20 for life.
It's $30 for life.
Oh, $30 for life.
I know, because I'm using it.
Cool. I had that, but I couldn't turn it down. That was way too loud of a soundbite for me.
Yeah, you can turn them down in voice mod. You can turn them down.
But hey, I'm really happy with the Go Explore because I could just do this and just wow.
Oh man, they left.
Damn.
I hope it comes
Speaking of
back.
which, Will, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Okay, everybody's here now. Cool.
All right.
Play some D&D.
As you continue finishing up your preparations for the incoming storm, the vessel crawls closer and closer. The wind getting ever stronger. The sails flapping dangerously close to ripping. Mom's spaghetti.
There's
Wait.
on the sweater already.
The waves growing in size and ferocity. Thunder filling the stagnant air Well, it's not quite stagnant. Anyway. In darkness. Encroaching upon your ship.
Who turned off the sun?
It didn't work. Got to do it. My protection
Captain.
value.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go. There goes my protection value.
Oh fuck, they actually turned off the sun.
Gillistrand's chilling inside of the cabin. He doesn't want to get wet, so he's just.
I don't like the feeling of this breeze.
Rain pours down, pounding on your sails and along the other sailors. The ship raining to one side and the other. The wood crackling and creaking. Captain Box orders at the sailors to tighten the sails to make sure that none of the armaments sway too far. Let's take out themselves with a couple of men. I need you all to make perception checks. Everyone who's not below deck.
I don't know if I count. I have the door open, but I'm just chilling right.
Yeah, if you have the door open, you.
I just don't want to get wet. I'm just inside, so I don't get rained on.
Actually, if you have that door open, someone's yelling at you to close that door.
In that case, he'd come outside. Just very close, trying not to get wet. Okay, perception.
Chris, did you roll that manually, or did you hit a button?
That was manual.
Oh, okay. You don't have a bonus?
Nope.
Oh, sadness. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Everyone besides Gundra and Crest in the distance, almost imperceivable. You see what looks like a swirl of water. And the ship is headed straight forward.
That was really quiet. I don't know why. Gillistrand will yell, Captain, you're heading towards a whirlpool, I believe.
I think whirlpool goes down. That one's going up. Well, that one's going up, right?
Neither. It's with a close enough look, it does appear to be a whirlpool, but not to any significant power.
Y'all crazy. I don't see nothing.
Yoon, open your eyes.
The rain is getting into my eyes. I can't see a thing.
Wait, do Dragonborns have eyelids?
You should have 4 eyes like I do.
And then it gets bigger
It's like he wants to get on my nerves.
and bigger and bigger.
Wait, has anyone told the captain?
I yelled at him. He didn't respond.
I believe the child did.
Whose sassy lost child is this?
He's not a child, he's just half of a ling.
Oh my god.
Luckily, he's
Captain!
long.
Captain! Isaac's gonna try and get the captain's attention.
You yell at the captain, try to get his attention. And amidst the chaos of yelling at his men to make sure nothing gets away, he notices you at the side of his eye, and he looks at you. What?
The halfling reports a whirlpool up ahead.
He'll look, and then look up to one of the masts that at this point has actually a man on top of it looking out. He yells up to him, and the man turns around and yells back. The captain looks frustrated and begins turning the wheel furiously. The masts cripple and the sails flutter, and the ship begins to sway as we begin to move away from whatever this disruption in this ocean is. Make me another perception check.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to hold on to the side of the ship.
I'm going to hold on to the rope that I tied. Expertise. With expertise. Perception bomb. Hey!
Tobin's gonna like man bear hug.
I love you, man!
Don't hug me.
To like secure you. Like you
Alright.
secured him.
Gundra and Gillistrand, as you watch this massive, it's not quite a vortex yet, but it is massive in size. You notice that it begins to move towards the ship.
Captain, the vortex.
What?
There's a vortex coming this way.
Wow! What? And one of the men from up above will yell in that direction. The captain looks over and says something, but you're not quite sure what it is. And begins turning the wheel again. What? And yelling at his men to let the sails out fully.
Noticing that it's getting pretty dark, even and he doesn't have dark vision. He's gonna cast. Ghostrand's gonna cast light on his dagger, so you can see a little bit.
Alright, that
Better.
is a. It's the same as a torch, right? What's the. There you go. So 40.
20-foot radius.
Yeah, 40 fully.
Yeah.
Isaac's gonna look at Crest, be like,
The sun is back.
Gaia's mercy, I understand it now.
Well, that didn't work. His light sources as well. There we go.
That's a lot longer, I think, than I.
Well,
My eyes.
40 for the max
It-
because it's dim light for the extra 20.
Ah,
Bright light for 20 of that, and then the other 20 is
Yeah.
dim light.
I just forgot that I'm off the grid, so it didn't match up correctly with the grid.
Oh.
That's why I was like, oh,
Should be on you, so sure.
it is on me. If I just snapped a grid, it'd be perfect. It just isn't.
Alright. The halfling cast light on themselves.
My eyes! My eyes!
It's not that bright of a light.
I mean, but a sudden light from the darkness.
Fair enough.
It's like a flashlight shining in the eyes in the dark.
The chef's gone overboard. Oh wait, no, he's fine.
Alright.
The chef's dead.
No, the chef, our food. And as you continue, the vortex begins to shift, and you see what looks like a lump just not breaking the surface tension of the water, but it is headed your way, and it is catching pace, and then it disappears. And then I need everyone to make me an athletics check, except for Tovin, because he is securely tied to the ship.
Wait, can I hug Gundra to like help him?
You can give him advantage by basically holding on to him.
Not bad.
Athletics, right?
Oh well, it would actually be a strength check, not an athletics check, but yeah, sure. Something.
Alright, and I'll do a strength check then. Ah!
Wow, same thing both times.
Man.
Alright.
Amazing.
This ain't gonna be good.
Oh.
You ever been the strongest individual and rolled the worst? Wait, you're not the strongest. Wait.
The wizard has more strength than the barbarian.
Wizard is cracked.
Are you?
Hmm.
Wait.
You got a high roll, sir.
If you remember, I high rolled on all of my stats. It's
Indeed.
17 strength. Oh, okay. I see.
I was gonna put the 15, and then I got the +2 from my race.
I see. Okay. Alright.
I was gonna put the 20 there, but I was like, con sounds good.
Someone hasn't rolled.
the person who doesn't have
yeah,
to.
the person who
right?
doesn't have
Yeah.
to, of course. Alright. So, you all feel a sudden as the ship leans to one side with a heavy thud, and everything, most of the stuff on deck has been tied down, but everything begins to slide to the to the right, and the captain yells out, "To combat positions!" And three massive tentacles lunge out of the ocean and lunge onto the ship.
I'll pull out my javelin.
Oh,
That is horrifying.
Oh my god. We are getting cracking.
TXD. Okay.
Did I mention I have the fear of the ocean?
Finally, something I can punch.
A little late for that.
Wait, can you even punch it? Well, I guess it's...
We snapping the grid?
Yes, snap the grid, please.
Okay. Bum. Dunzo.
Also, Mr. DM, I have a question about how you look familiars. Do you have them go on the character's turn, or do they roll their own initiative as the spell says?
Yeah, for summons and stuff like that, I just haven't done that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's just easier.
Oh, yeah. Sea of 3.
Yes. I'm gonna play that along with the storm.
Alright. Gillistron, you have received an initiative as 3 enormous tentacles have lunged out of the water and are currently wrapping around the ship.
He's going to run away a little bit because fuck that jazz. And make sure he has light in all of them so that everybody can see if they don't have dark vision. And then he's going to have his familiar go to this one and use the help action so that whoever attacks will next.
Snap pentagram. Snap pentagram too.
Yeah, so he was there and he can move 60, so yeah, that's fine. So basically, whoever attacks the tentacle next gets advantage. And then he's going to Toll the Dead, the one on the left.
No. Wait, which one on the left? Just 2 on. Oh wait, no. Directions. Yes. Alright. DC 15.
Why is it spicy?
What kind of save is that? It's wisdom, right?
Wisdom, yes.
No, whoa, that's not right. That's not right.
Oh,
that's
my
not right.
god!
Hold on, I gotta fix
Well,
it.
it's dead.
That's not
81. Holy crap.
That's not right. Hold on, something's wrong.
We're dead. You can't live this.
That's not right. Why
Mr.
is it-
DM, you're supposed to live?
Mr. DM, you're not supposed to kill us with 81 wisdom. Why is
That's
it
a
doing
little
that?
too strong. If I remind you, we're only level 1.
Why is it doing that?
I think it might
Oh
be...
wait, I think it. I know why. I was using a campaign macro for players.
Oh.
That's why.
Ah,
It was
that'll...
Wait, who the fuck has an 81?
nobody.
Nobody.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
See, that's what happens when you take your proficiency bonus and multiply it times 11.
Oh!
Hey, you failed it.
Alright, so it made a 13, so it fails its wisdom save.
Takes 5 damage. Woo. That's if it's undamaged. If it's damaged, it takes 1, but I don't think anybody's damaged it yet, so...
Spicy damage, 1.
Spicy.
Alright. You hold out your hand, and necromantic energies take hold of the tentacle, and bits of it begin to wither away. As Striker lunges at the other tentacle and begins pecking at its backside? As much of a back as a tentacle could have.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Isaac.
Hi. Are these cannons loaded?
Alright, so this is how basically artillery works. Artillery takes an action to load, an action to aim, and an action to fire. Currently, all of the cannons are manned by a 3-person team, so when it comes to their turn, aka the captain's turn, because he's telling the people what to do, they'll be ready to go off. Currently, I would say they all currently loaded and primed.
Okay, cool, so I don't need to worry about them.
Not really, no. But if you want to, you can.
Since the bird's giving you advantage, can I, like, get this crew right here to go ahead and fire?
You can use your action to have them fire that cannon.
Okay, cool.
Would it have advantage?
Here.
I would say it would have advantage. Yes.
Yeah, range attack.
Oh,
let's
ranged attack, but it's adjacent. It would cancel out.
Oh, you're
That would
right.
be
It
a
would
pay
cancel
roll.
out.
Alright, cool. Jump up on the banister and do monk things.
Punch the tentacle, yes.
Tentacle punches? I like it. I like it.
So I don't. Short sword attack. Short sword damage. And
You roll
then...
another d20 if you wanted to see if you would crit.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I forget
Yes,
that I had
you do have
advantage there. Oop. Nope, definitely not a crit.
Not good.
Okay, that was just the first attack. So, no more advantage.
Okay. And then unarmed attack with my bonus attack, my bonus action. Oop, oop.
Wow.
Got a hit.
And unarmed damage. Nice.
Alright. You. Oh, wait, hold on. I need da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so 8, 9. Alright, you slash out at the tentacle, getting at what appears to be a fairly decent cut, but the wound begins to heal over after you slice it. Then you swiftly punch it. And even though your punch would normally be heavily damage dealing and almost kill most regular human beings with a single punch, the tentacle kind of just ripples in place.
Yeah, should have thought about that. Does anyone have fire? And I'll end my turn.
I have eyes.
One problem here. Hold on.
Tovin, would you like me to release you?
It's Tovin that's holding you.
He meant as in cut the ropes. Or untie them, probably.
Also, let go of me, please.
I will let go of him.
Would it be an action to free him?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll free him.
Thank you.
Undo the knots, and then I'll just look at the tentacle, and then I'll just rage. And I will move forward here and end my turn.
Who has the Warhammer in this party?
I do.
Yeah,
Tobin.
Crest does.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no, not Crest. Oven.
I need to double check something real quick. Actually, let me check this.
I have a warhammer. What do I do with it?
Bonk him.
Oh, I was gonna have Isaac say on your turn. Tovin, use something sharp!
I think it's just resistant to physical damage. It doesn't really matter what type.
Sharp, you say?
And then I pull out my battle axe.
Well, my sword's physical. It wasn't my
Or my
silver
great
sword
axe,
I was
I mean.
using. I think it's because it's rubbery.
Well, because you did a total of, what was that? 18 damage?
17.
17 damage. And if you have 17, it's rounded down, it's 8. So,
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Alright. So, as you run away from the middle of the ship towards this tentacle, the tentacle on the pulp side will lunge out at you.
Huh?
Is it 19 hits? 19 hits.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Tentacle slams you down
Mm-hmm.
on the deck of the ship, and you are now wrapped up in its
So you
suckery
take-
grip.
9.
Well,
Good thing you raged for that.
Yeah.
Did you? I would say you would have raged before you moved. So you would have took half of 19, which would have been 8.
Yeah, it was 9. 9.
Oh yeah, I raged before I moved forward.
Yeah, so you would take 8 damage. instead
Oh
of
my god.
19.
I was about,
No, not
oh,
8.
I'm
9 damage.
9 damage, yeah.
Damage. 8 plus 8 is 16. But you all still currently grappled in its sucker's grip.
That wasn't nice.
Today we learned they have reach.
oh, good to know.
It's a good thing I didn't move any further. Holy crap.
Alright, so I had my turn there, I guess.
Well, for the purposes of this, I would say you could still attack this one because it is technically holding on to you, so you have a... Technically, even though you're not adjacent to it, you still could hit it.
He used his action to untie.
Yeah, to free, yeah, to
Oh,
untie.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's a shame.
Never
Good thing I
mind.
raged, though. I was actually not going to.
Technically speaking, y'all didn't have to remind the DM that.
But I'm a nice player.
But it's good
It's good.
Yeah, no, I.
good practice.
Plus, there's the VOD.
I know.
He knows everything.
All
Never
right.
know.
Good. This one needs turn. Alright, this one will actually lunge out in an attempt to attack the ship. It'll hit the ship. It'll hit the ship.
Man.
Ow.
And will actually do... Oh, I didn't... I'm a bad... I didn't give the ship the damage. Okay, so I need to do some... I can do this real quick.
Quick maths.
Why can't I impersonate the ship? What is this nonsense?
I must become ship.
There we go. This hopefully work. Let's see. 32. Let's see if this works. What?
Nope.
I think it worked.
It took 64 damage.
Yeah, the math looks right. Alright.
Wow.
Alright. The wood will begin to splinter on the starboard side. No, wait. Left, starboard, right. On the starboard side.
On the left side?
Yes, left side. No, right side.
Right side.
This side.
Starboard is right, port is left.
Left, 4 letters. Four letters. Same side. That's what I remember. Alright. Crest.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Are you muted?
No. I will give a Bardic Inspiration to Gudra. And I'll swing my longsword at this one.
How do you inspire him? Do you have a song? A limerick? Do you show some leg?
Drop me that beat, yo.
I got him.
There we go.
Alright.
Inspire. Boom. Done. Awesome. I believe that's a 1d6? Is that 1d6 at level 1 or is it 1d4?
It's a D6.
It's a
Level
D6.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
He used longswording. He just needs to roll.
Wait. Chris. Why don't you have macros? You poor child. You have no macros.
No.
Chris! You poor child.
Oh god. Okay.
Poor child.
I can make him macros if he wishes later.
Alright, well, a 16 will hit as you slash out at the tentacle. You slash out and you just slice the chip off of the tentacle. It flops up on the deck next to you and just kind of...
Oh shit, it is physical damage.
That's it for me.
Alright. It is the captain's turn. Men! On the starboard side! Alright. Time for the ship to take fire with the cannons. Alright, that is 15. That'll miss. 21. That'll hit. 11. That'll miss. For 38 damage. I need to do math. 19 damage. And the mysterious owl hoots as the cannons are fired. Alright, the tentacle blasted by the cannon in front of it will split off and will retract into the ocean.
Wait, was this one the one that was grappling me, or this one?
This one, I think.
Oh, I'm free.
This one.
Oh, the left? Oh, never mind. I'm not free.
Isaac's gonna look from his sword to the cannon and feel inadequate.
Man, I wish my soul could do the same amount of damage that a pound of steel shot out of a metal tube with
I
like
wish
10
my soul
pounds
could be
of
a gun.
gunpowder could do.
Hey, give me a few levels.
I wish my sword could be a gun.
I wish my shirt could be a cannon.
Wait, this gives me an idea.
Alright, it is the tentacles turn, and it currently has Gundra grappled. Alright, Gundra, you will be lifted into the air and flung. Alright, what direction? Hey, you go northwest. You go this way. Out to sea. Hold on. Move it.
He has 60 feet.
For every 10 feet. So yeah, so you go 60 feet. Alright, but you don't really hit a solid surface. You dunk into the water, so you take no damage. If it hits a creature, so you take no damage. But hey, you're no longer grappled. But you're on the ocean.
I'm gonna punch this thing.
Alright. Tobin. You all, for all intents and purposes, I'll say grappled and not restrained. So you're grappled onto the ship.
Oh no, I untied him.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah,
you're untitled. Never mind, you are free to do as you wish.
Okay.
Oh, you.
I think I'm just gonna go up and smack him.
Solid. Clint.
I'll actually move it up one. That way it makes more sense. Right. You swing out with your warhammer and basically pin the tentacle against the side of the ship.
And I think I can go again. My guidance strike, what's it called? For bonus action.
From what? From
War cleric.
War cleric. Let me look that up real quick. Because I've never actually had a war cleric before.
Oops. I did something wrong, my bad. I'm gonna turn that back on.
No, my rage.
But the water cools your rage.
It is pretty cold. Let's see here. Actually, what did we call it? Actually, it's kind of warm. It's actually kind of warm. Let's see here. War domain.
I believe you can attack as
When
a
you use
bonus
the attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. Yes, you can. Go for it. You can use this a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. So that will hit as you just pummel this tentacle against the side of the ship with your warhammer.
I think that's it. Can I do anything else?
Oh, that was your action and your bonus action. Have an item interaction, and you used, I think, half of your movement. Over here. Over here. Yeah, you used half of your movement, so you get there. Yeah, you can get there.
I think that's it.
You'd have to jump over like 2 cannons, but you could do that. Anything else?
No.
Alright. It is now the other tentacle's turn. Let's see, who can it get a hold of?
Me? Maybe?
Me? Please no? Alright.
Oh, it's gonna be little old me.
Tentacle.
It will
Ooh.
begin slithering around the deck, and we'll find a small halfling. Whack!
That's a lot of damage.
I'm just
That's a lot of
unconscious.
damage. And this, kids, is why we don't use massive damage.
I think he's now quarterling.
I can't even shield it, dude.
What was that?
Can't even use shield. Feels bad.
Alright. Well, that's its turn. But you are currently tied up in a tunnel. Oh, crap. That's okay. Because we were there. Alright. Oh. I have good news and bad news. It's your turn. However, I need a death saving. Oh my god.
Cool.
Oh no.
On my turn, Striker's gonna attack this tentacle. Cool.
Is he still
Lose
alive?
character session 1.
Is he still here?
It's not
concentration, so he still would still
Yeah.
be around. So you can do that.
Yep.
Man,
Man.
critical fail. Holy shit.
Oh wait, I can't roll ones.
He's a halfling. He can't roll once. Roll again.
I'll have to reset my death save. I don't know how to do that.
Well, normally,
Actually, I know how to do that. I can go to
normally-
property.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm at 0. And I have to roll it again. Here we go.
You're not at 0. You would be 3 out of 3.
Ooh.
You
Oh,
start with 3 out of 3. Every time you lose one, it goes down.
Ah, that's how it works.
You don't start at 0 out of 3. Otherwise, you're already dead.
It starts at 0 out of 3 for life totals, so that's why I was a little confused.
Oh, they
Okay.
both start at 3 out of 3. I don't know.
Maybe not my macros, I guess.
But that is a success. And not a fail.
Cool.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Alright. And Striker flies over to the other tentacle to provide support. Isaac!
Isaac's gonna turn around. Hey, Goon, we got the. Wait, where's Goon?
Over here in the water.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Oh, that actually reminds me. Gundra, make a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, it's about to be your turn. We'll do it when it's your turn. Continue with your turn, please.
Alright, one second, I'm checking to see how much rope I have.
Oh man, I wish I had rope right now.
What do you say, item interactions? How do those work? What kind of action is that?
Usually an item interaction is to like stow a weapon away, take an item out from like your back or your backpack or whatever, kind of basically picking something up off the ground. That'd be an item interaction, depending on what it is.
Could I double move here, take out my rope, and drop it over the side while holding it?
That would be a double movement, so that'd be your action, and to just drop it off the side while holding onto it. Yeah, that would be a... Well, to just drop it, that'd be a free action. To throw it, that would be an action. However, I will say, if you just drop it off the side, you would have to make it though, which you could. So
Yeah, the whole point was give him a way up.
Yeah.
Second question, would I get smacked by a tentacle doing this?
Well, let's see.
Am I leaving anyone's reach right here?
No.
I believe the reach is 15 or 20 feet, so I think you're fine.
Right.
You have not seen any indication that you would be leaving anyone's threatened area?
Cool. I'm gonna sprint to the front of the ship. Jumping over whatever the hell I need to. Take out a rope as I'm running and like just drop it over the side while holding onto it. Take the rope!
Alright.
And that's the end of my turn.
Dangling over that. Alright, now Gundra, make a perception check.
All right, aim, bang.
Good enough.
What do I see?
That.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Get me out of here.
Under the water, just below
Doors.
the ship with tentacles grasping it, you see a massive kraken, a massive cephalopoid-esque creature.
There are some perception checks that are better left failed.
Sometimes you don't want to succeed.
I just bobbed my head out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's just occurred to me, is light a concentration spell?
I don't think it is.
Let's just scroll on back up. Let's see.
I don't
No.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool. So we
We just
don't
lost our amount of time.
So
We
you
don't
should
just
shine.
suddenly get onto darkness.
I have half movement in water, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is that about there?
Yeah.
So 15 to get on the boat?
Well, at that point, you can grab the rope.
Okay. I grab the rope.
You wouldn't have enough movement to actually climb up anymore. You'd be out of movement. You're-
5 movement here, and then from here to here. And then I have another 5 to get up there.
No, well, you have 30 feet total, right?
Oh, yes.
To swim to that point uses half of your movement. And because you're on the swim speed, swimming is difficult terrain, that means you have a total movement currently of 15 feet.
Okay, so here to here is 5, and then another 5 to get on the boat. So I don't have the rest of the 5 can't climb on the boat.
Well, you don't have an extra 5. But that's not just 5 feet to get up. The bow of the ship. So top of the ship where that rope is to where you are. About 15 feet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Top down. It's hard to see.
But Goon is holding the rope, yeah?
yeah, I hold on. I hold on the rope for dear life.
Yoon is able to grab the rope and hold on to it. Still have rage, unless someone doesn't attack you. So you still have rage for now. Keep that in mind.
Can't he double move?
That's true.
Indeed.
You can double move. So,
Oh, I'll double move. Yeah, I'm
would
gonna
like to
get up
use
on that boat.
If you would like to use your action to climb up the rope,
Yes.
Okay. Use your action to climb up the rope.
Welcome aboard.
And Isaac hopefully has enough strength to hold that rope.
Oh,
I have
What is your strength?
14. I have 14 strength. He's a beefy nerd.
Should be sufficient.
I can roll if you want me to drop him, though.
210.
Please don't. Wait, what?
Excuse me?
Carrying capacity.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I believe lifting is a little bit more than that. I think you could lift him.
Yeah, this
I think
would
you
be
could hold the
dragging. Push pull. Okay.
rope. I think you could hold the rope. It's very difficult because this is the middle of a storm. The ship is currently going. We're about 5 feet of movement up and down, and plus it's also being dragged down by a kraken. But I think you could do it. Anyway.
that thing looks bigger than it seems. We have to get rid of the tentacles quick.
What do you mean?
It's over there. It's fucking horrifying.
Technically, it's up under you.
It's underneath us. We need to get rid of the tentacles now and then just sail away.
Start loading cannons, I guess.
Alright, then I'll my turn.
Okay, cool. Hey, guess what? It's tentacles.
Oh,
Please
cool, and
roll.
look, there's
Oh,
one
wait.
next to me.
No, that one's dead. Never mind. Disregard that. Crest.
Okay. Fly over here and cure wounds this guy.
Little bitch.
Oh, he died.
Alright, Chris, you fly
Seriously, who
over
let a child on the ship?
and you touch Gillistrand. Your musical tones flowing through your voice into your hand and going throughout his body. Gillistrand, you awaken to a masked figure standing above you. Anything else?
He'll look at her and just kind of say, "Thanks." Oh.
Yeah, you'll live. I'll get Bardic too.
I'm still grappled and restrained, so.
You all still grappled and restrained. There was a massive tentacle right there.
Thanks, he says before getting flung off the boat.
Hopefully he gets slung off the boat.
Be crushed.
Somebody save the guppy.
Save the guppy. Anything else?
I'm a
Yeah,
wizard.
Alright. It is the captain's turn. Port side! Cannons fire! Miss. Hey, that's crit.
Crit. Roll another EP10.
Oh, thank. Oh,
That is a
Thank the
total
gods.
of-
That's 97. No, 98.
It is 98.
quick maths.
49 damage. As this one cannon, just this one, only one, as the other two cannonballs just bounce off the size of the tentacle. This one pierces through the tentacle and just flings off and actually lands on top of the deck, wiggling around.
Feels bad.
Alright, we got one left to go.
Alright. Hey, guess what?
Is it Tentacle's turn?
Actually, what tentacle is this? Because two of them are
Yeah.
tentacle, and that was a bad mistake on my part. I don't know which one was which, so I'm going to say it was the one that was dead. Alright, Tobin.
Oh, okay.
If it's the one before Tobin, it's the one that hit him, I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
So I'm gonna.
Oh no, the tentacle on top is the last one to go because I remember Gillistrand wasn't able to take his turn.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
What is this in front of me? This
That
little
is a
pot.
mortal.
Can I use it?
You could. Would you like to shoot the mortal?
Is it? Can I like? Is it like? It's a long range weapon, so can I like hit it from here, or is it like?
Technically, they're all long range, but tomato.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll use it.
Push X to use mortal. Rapidly presses X. Alright, you slide down next to the mortar, aim it almost vertically up, take a torch that one of the crew members has next to you and just light it. Alright, we'll see what happens. That's an
Oof.
that misses.
Oof.
Alright, the mortal ball shoots straight up in the air. You wait,
Unfortunate.
you wait, and then like 40 feet to your left, you go, boosh.
Does it hit the Kraken underneath?
No,
It just drifts past him.
just. Alright, would you like to do anything else?
No.
Alright, now it's the turn of the song. I'm gonna throw a halfling.
Yeah.
Number 4. That's southeast.
I'm going this way.
This way. Whee! Alright, well, you bounce off the sail.
Oh.
So I'll say you take half damage.
Cool. Do I fall in the water? Or do I stay on the sail?
Make me a dexterity check. No, dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
2, because you gotta take those. No, wait. Never mind. That's for a different creature if you hit a different creature. That creature.
Okay, dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, so make a dex save.
Ooh.
Okay, you bounce onto the sail, but you are able to grab a hold of some of the rigging. But let's see if you're still alive. So, 66. 23.
No, I'm fucking out.
No, you're unconscious. Now you're in the ocean.
That
Unconscious.
poor man.
Unconscious in the
And
ocean.
in the water.
Severe combo.
Oh no. At least unconscious body floats, right?
Technically, yes.
Wizards. We are
Hey,
squishy.
Haven't a bad.
You're level 1. You're all squishy and you're fine the Kraken.
And we found a crack in day 1. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Theoretically, I could shield things. I could have an AC of 21, so I thought I'd be okay, but...
Man.
Doesn't help you when you're being flung.
I want to point out this is the captain's fault. None of us are piloting this ship. We didn't find this thing.
I
It's
should have
all
taken
your
better.
fault.
Next time, you should look up who you're being hired for. Okay. Gillistrand, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
Cool.
Here we go.
That's
Oh.
That's
fair.
one fail.
Oof.
Okay. Would your bird like to do anything?
It's gonna keep attacking the same one.
Look at it menacingly.
Actually, that last, well, technically it would have canceled out the disadvantage, so
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed the mortar.
it wouldn't have changed anything.
I didn't mention it because I realized that it would have canceled out. Yeah.
Okay, so, bird is helping. Isaac,
Hi.
halfling's gone.
Yeah, that plane did get thrown, along with our light source.
Monk has turned into
Well,
medic.
hey, at least you know exactly where he is.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is,
I'm
that is a
fucking-
good thing.
But so does the Kraken.
Fair enough.
You just see some bright light in the under this.
Goon, what's the plan? We need to get him out of the water.
I'm gonna attack this thing.
No, you are gonna help me get that thing out of the water.
I'm gonna attack this thing.
Oh my god, you raging bastard!
I'm gonna attack this thing.
Fine.
Fuck.
Oh,
I
If
only
I-
weigh
I
60
can like
pounds.
healing word him and heal him from me.
What was that?
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
I can pick you up from, as long as I can see you on the side, I can pick you up. I think.
With Healing Ward? If you can see them, you can cast Healing Ward as long as they're within range. If you can see them. But you can.
Does Tovin point that out to Isaac?
Good question.
We're very obviously arguing about saving the halfling. Very well.
See, he's got it.
And I'm going to get on the rigging again. Well, no, railing, yes. And give it the good old stab and kick.
You have advantage on the first one.
I have advantage?
On the first
on
one.
the bird.
Did the mortar shot not eat that?
He did
No.
it
It,
again.
it refreshes on my turn. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Boop, boop. 18?
Alright, 18 hits. As you
And then-
slash out at the tentacle.
And
No,
then
flesh
I'm going to kick it this time to see for a different
Oh.
effect. So bonus action, 15.
Alright, as you lunge out to kick it, you kind of slip on the railing and your kick just misses it.
Fuck! And that's my
You
turn.
get a little sneakle squeak going on. Alright, that'll be it. Yes.
Yes.
Gundra.
I'm gonna attack that thing.
And I will attack it with my great axe.
Okay, you're attacking with a grand axe.
Hiya!
Alright, you swing out with your great axe, but it the tentacle moves out of the way and you smack your axe into the railing.
Pretty sure that's max damage, dude. Unfortunately.
Was close. it
Curses.
wasn't.
I did give him a die.
And oh yeah, 1d6.
That's true.
Can it save it?
You don't know. Or do you know? Who knows?
I think a 6. Well, am I allowed to talk about numbers?
Yeah, you can talk about that.
A 16 will probably hit it.
That's 17.
That is 17.
And that does hit.
Ah!
Yeah, brother.
God
Alright.
bless bards.
As you swing at you with your great axe, you miss. But then you remember what yeah. You correct yourself and you swing back and you slash around the side of the tentacle. Dealing 8? No, 7. 7 damage.
You dare throw me?
And then I miss her.
Tentacle wiggles aggressively. Crest.
If I had eyebrows, I would wiggle back at it.
You don't have eyebrows.
Do you not?
Do I have eyebrows?
I don't see why not.
Okay, I wiggle my eyebrows.
You have scale brows.
I wiggle my scale.
Oh,
Wait, fuck, does your picture have dreads?
I forgot who was talking.
Yeah.
Gundra is talking. Gundra, you don't have. Well, I mean, I guess it's up to you. You could have like little feather eyebrows, I guess.
I have feather eyebrows and I wiggle them.
You have eye ridges. Alright, anyway, dressed.
Yeah.
I'll give a bardic die to Tobin.
Nice.
I thought we had something.
Reminder that if you use Bardic dies, then you can't use Healing Word. Because it's a bonus action to cast Healing Word.
This is true.
Oh.
I thought the Tovin was gonna cast a healing word for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like on my
Yeah.
turn.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was Crest. My bad.
The Bardic will go through, I guess, if he wants to.
Yeah, and I'll tell Tovin that. Focus on getting rid of that thing. I'll get the halfling. And I'm gonna fly over here.
Alright. As you fly out that way.
Oh no.
Slam! Oh my god. That's a
It's
natural
great.
20.
Why is he rolling hot?
Phyllis, we need to start remembering to disengage.
Alright, the tentacle, as you leave, wraps around you and crushes you.
When she gets it.
You'd get hit,
Sorry.
probably.
Go over there now. You also don't have any macros, so I can't damage you. But you're unconscious. Let's just remember that. Massively
that is-
unconscious. Like, holy crap, unconscious. Like, holy, woof. Like, wow.
I'll save the halfling.
D&D in a nutshell right there. Alright. It is the captain's turn. Focus fire at last tentacle! And the mortals are going to fire because cannons can't reach it. And it's too risky for the blisters. So, mortal! That's a 23. 23 will hit.
Wouldn't it have disadvantage? 'Cause it's in the
Actually, I needed that button twice, because there's two of them.
Ah.
So let's just say that's for the other one. That's a miss.
Oof.
Alright. So that is 11. Alright. A mortar ball comes straight down and pierces deep into the tentacle. It looks like it's barely functioning. Let's see. Clean up this initiative. Tovin.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Gilch. Okay. So, 6?
It has a 60-foot range, right?
Yes.
Yep, you can do that.
And then going to cure. Is Crest unconscious?
You can only cast one spell at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I just stand here.
Hit the thing.
Okay.
You still have an action.
Ah.
Nope.
Alright, you
haven't
run
died.
over-
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, right.
Do that bother. D6.
D6 inside brackets, please. Ooh.
That is missed. Alright, so you run over slightly, hold your hand out to Gillistrand.
Is this bird training?
I can barely hear you.
The advantage was already taken up by Isaac.
True.
That's
You mumble some religious incantation of Sibzat through your mechanical voice. And radiant energy brings Gillistrand back to life. You rush back over to the tentacle and attempt to slam it with your warhammer. But you just go through a hole that was created by the mortal. Anything else?
No.
Take question. All right. Where am I sending her? Northwest.
Oh, jeez.
All right. You all watch as Crest gets flung away from you. And lands in the water. Sploosh. Gilliston, no way. However, you're on the water. You can attempt to climb up the side of the ship. Are you muted?
I am. I was muted. That is very much the case. I am going to climb up the side of the boat.
Alright, that'll take half your movement. Luckily, they're all riggings along the side of the ship.
Cool. So that's half my movement. I have 25 movement, so half my movement. I only have 10 feet left.
Correct.
How far is this thing from me?
What? The tentacle?
70. Hey, I can just get in range to cast a spell on it. Let's go.
Oh, alright, guys, I got him.
Guys, don't worry.
Wait, I need to check something.
Do the big brain move of like starting to firebolt the thing underneath the ship.
Do I know the thing is underneath the ship?
I don't remember if you were unconscious before or after.
He did wake up.
It was before I fell in. But then I woke up while I was in the water. So
Yeah. And I did mention it.
Yeah, but I don't remember if he was unconscious when you mentioned it.
Oh, he was.
Okay. Then no, you don't know.
R.I.P.
Okay, in that case, I am going to cast Toll the Dead.
Wait, to be fair, he does have a light underwater.
It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can
I
make a
rolled
perception
2 on
check.
gun damage! What the fuck?
Okay,
Okay.
let's see if it makes it save. Without that massive... Okay, it makes it save. Actually, let me check something. Oh, okay, it doesn't. Okay, fine. Alright, it makes it safe. Unfortunately. As you... your necrotic energies cover the tentacle, it seems to have no effect. Even after you ding your little bell.
The bird's gonna attack the tentacle and that'll be it for my turn.
Isaac.
I have many options. Actually, no, I should probably.
Are you gonna go
percent.
save the unconscious person?
Yeah. Let me. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick sword attack. Well, yes. Let's see. Where's my macros? Here they are. I'm not lost. And technically, I immediately eat that advantage because I always do.
That'll
How
hit.
dare you?
Cool. Damage 10. What the? Have I? 1 second. I'm gonna check something.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure I wasn't rolling max every time.
Well, you couldn't have been because it's an 11 on damage.
Yeah, I just noticed. I thought 10 was the max for some reason.
Kept getting
you slash
10.
out, and the tentacle is just barely
Conjure.
connected by a little bit of sinew left, but it's still lashing out.
Alright, tying a rope to the ship. What kind of an action would that be?
Tying the rope to a ship? That would be an action.
Oh, damn, I probably should have punched rather than slashed. Oh, I'm going to drop the rope right next to me.
Okay.
Look at Goon.
In the water
Say-
or on the boat?
On the boat.
Okay.
Goon, take the rope!
No, I
I'm
must kill.
Let me, fuck. And I'm gonna punch it.
The
bonus
frustration
action.
punch.
That's gonna miss.
That will miss.
And then I'm going to use my movement to eat an attack of opportunity and dive into the water after the air genasi.
I did grab him though.
As you move away, it does not attack you.
It doesn't. Huh. Alright, cool. I dive into the water.
Spoosh.
My
You're
eyebrow
out.
wriggling enticed it.
This is maybe not the smartest decision.
Anything else?
That'll be the end of my turn. I don't think I have any more move. Well, how much was that? Yeah, I definitely don't have any move left for water swimming.
Gundra.
Me barbarian, me whack.
And whack you do.
Hey.
Ah!
Alright, you swing out with your great axe and cleave the small bit of sinew that was still connecting the tentacle. And it flops into the water.
And don't come back.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, the rope.
And then I grab the rope. And then I, move on to the side so I could get a better, stand so I can see them clearly. And then I'll say,
Tobin, help me pull them in.
It's not my turn.
Well, when it's your turn, then.
What's the tone?
okay, my turn.
Crest, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
You don't add anything to them, right?
No.
D20. Ooh.
That's a success. You are not dying. Well, you are, but you're not dead. Good job.
I mean, I can't prone, so...
Wait, you can't?
No, I can't.
Can.
Oh. Yes.
Alright.
Indeed.
Captain. Full sails ahead, we're free! And all the men will begin to pull out the sails as much as feasibly possible, and the ship will go full throttle forward.
There's a man overboard. There's men overboard.
I tighten my grip on the rope even harder.
You're over here now.
Well, that's a problem.
Oh wait, Isaac, did you hold on to a part of the rope when you dropped it?
You know, that would be a very clever idea, can I?
Oh my. Did you? Before you jumped?
Yes, I just so happened to have done that.
Okay.
To be fair, he did say past me, and then he jumped in along while he was still holding it.
No, he dropped it.
No, I did drop it.
Oh, you dropped it.
I was under the impression you just dropped the entire rope without holding on to the end. So, did you do that?
If you're asking me what the VOD says, I fully dropped the rope on the floor and jumped in. If you're asking me what I would like to have been holding one end.
I'm asking you what you did.
Okay, yeah, the rope's on the floor and I am not holding it.
Okay. That's fun. Alright,
I will not make the same mistake twice.
I'm gonna cast another healing word on Crest.
Alright. Live, bitch.
8.
Hey, nice.
You know, considering Crest can fly...
Yes. Alright, Crest, your eyes open up. Hey look, ocean. That's weird. Anything else? Anything? Tobin? Still have an action.
I mean the rope is
You're breaking up. Well,
I think I'm good. Yes,
I think he said he thinks he's good.
Go get your extendo arms.
Give us strand. It is your turn. Two of your compatriots are overboard.
Let's see, what can I do? My hawk's definitely not strong enough to do anything with that. It'll fly to there. I'm gonna run. I can only move 25. Okay, I'm gonna move there. Actually, I'm gonna revert that if that's okay. Can I see the big boy in the water?
Perception check.
Okay, perception. There it is.
You do not see anything else.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna dash to there, because that's all I can really do. You can now see the people in the water. Woo! Unless you have dark vision. That's my turn.
Isaac.
I'm going to spend a bonus action regretting a decision I made. And is there... Okay, so how does climbing the boat work?
Half a movement.
Okay, so...
And you're swimming, so that's also half a movement. So basically, the entire area is difficult terrain. You have 15 feet of movement. It's 15
Cool.
feet to climb up the ship total.
So Crest is awake and can fly, yes?
You can ask her that.
Do you know that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, great question. I feel like I saw it. Crest! Did you fly? That's how like those thing air genasi do, I think.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Can they not like speak English?
Huh?
Huh? Oh no, did that noise because they're in the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was just joking. That was a joke I did. Don't think of that too much.
thought it was like
funny.
air speech or something.
Oh,
I'm
that's called drowning. That's what that's called. It's called drowning.
That's water speaking.
I'm going to double move onto the boat.
Okay.
Climb up that thing as quickly as I fucking can.
You
Isaac, you
ferociously
idiot.
swim and managed to climb up on top, leaving Crest behind after your heroic jump in. Heroic/stupid.
I'm still
Depending
raging,
on
so
who
I'm
you
mad
are.
at Isaac.
Chaotic neutral, this is fully within character. I'm gonna fall to my knees and start coughing up water on the ship.
You go prone and you begin coughing.
Why didn't you hold on the rope?
Gundra.
What do I do?
What do you do?
I'm gonna walk on over here. Is Crest fully healed?
Fully, no.
Okay. I'll just ready a potion when they come up here.
It says 11.
I'm at 8 right now.
Yeah, but it's not showing both like it should. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know.
Well, not knowing that that she can fly, I'm gonna toss the rope at her.
Alright, that's an action.
Grab on!
Make a ranged attack.
A ranged attack. Got it. Javelin, go. Pew!
Okay, you tie the rope into a javelin, you stab it into the crest. Alright, so you throw out the rope and you manage to get it out forward. You managed to get out to it. Good job.
Why would you follow the water? Baka.
Fuck. Alright, anything else?
No. Oh, my turn.
Crest. There's a rope next to you.
Just give me more men and just fly and not grab.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly back onto the ship.
You just superhero out the water and just fly onto the ship and glide down. It is difficult terrain because it's very windy and there's lightning and all that kind of stuff. But you had enough movement to make it, so good job.
Rockin'. She can fly.
Alright,
The thought that counts.
you make it back onto the ship.
Everyone's just wasting my rope.
That's my rope.
I won't say anything, and I'll put it away in my pack.
Oh
You
my
make
god.
it back onto the ship, and Captain Sultan has basically stowed the ship farther into the storm. You see the massive visage of the Kraken just below the surface following you, but eventually it breaks off its chase. You manage to sail away out from the storm.
Have my rope back.
What rope?
The rope. Don't you walk away from me.
If you can't remember to hold on to it, then you don't deserve it.
Fine, I'll just take yours then. Start, like, picking up the rope that's around the railing.
Hey, fool, like, cut it.
God fucking damn it.
Just because it's cut doesn't mean it's not usable. What?
This is what I get. This is what I get. I try to be a good person.
Alright, your light will eventually be gone, so...
But not a smart one of...
Yeah, it goes away after an hour.
I went to college, I'll have you know.
Oh, someone used the finger.
That makes it important.
Someone used the fingers of the god.
Did it crash?
No, I think he's fine.
What's that?
Okay. I thought you crashed because I used the finger or something.
Oh, no.
The finger of death. It crashes some people.
I used it by accident while we were in the ship because I tried to speak.
How dare you. Alright. You have managed to fight off the Kraken and have made your way away from the storm. And in the distance, you see a small island. And you begin to make your way towards it.
How damaged is the ship?
Well, from a quick look, the ship appears to have suffered minor damages. From the attack.
Right, so for the rest of the time, I think I'm just use mending to help out and repair like any like damage done.
And I'm just gonna collapse.
Alright, so Tolan begins mending what they can of the ship, and everyone else passes out.
I'm gonna go clean up the coffee that's probably spilled.
On the stone of the ship.
Imagine
I think I'm gonna need some of that dirty water.
Downstairs, there's coffee all over the floor, just everywhere.
I don't budge. I just lay on the deck next to the captain.
Chef's weeping.
Alright, well, as you go below, go to the kitchen. Remarkably untouched. Doesn't look like anything has left the stove whatsoever.
Is the chef alive?
The chef is alive and he is currently still cooking.
Woo!
Like nothing happened.
Oh,
Alright, and that is what I will call it for today. Good session one, everyone. Congratulations, you didn't die.
Can I get a clap in the chat?
Cool.
We did it!
I will do my
that's another
outro.
copyright strike.
Yeah, just chalk it up. I will do my outro, and then I will be right back.
What?
Alright, well, if you enjoyed this episode of the debut of Shadows, the Voyage of Shadows, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell so you be notified when I post again. And if you aren't doing so already, go check out my Twitch where I record these live. You can hang out with me, hang out with everyone else. And I will see you all in the next one.